Good afternoon and welcome to this video introduction to the first read of the 2018 budget for Donegal Presbytery. First, with the administration committee, the leader team, and the rest of the staff of this presbytery, thank you for your support of the ministry and mission of this presbytery. We look forward to 2018 and the coming years. We believe that we are poised with this budget and your support to do great work in this ministry, that will be a force for the gospel, for good, and for the future of our communities and our communities. So thank you. I am going to do an overview of the major portions of the 2018 budget for you. The administration committee, with the departure of our business administrator, asked the stated clerk to develop the spreadsheet on which this budget is based, and thus I am in the best position to know the most about the line items. After that spreadsheet development, they, along with the administration committee, along with other leaders of this presbytery, worked line by line through this budget and did detailed and, in my opinion, very good work, and I am pleased to show it to you. This is the first time that the presbytery has had a combined budget before it as a first read, and from administration represents a good step forward in terms of clarity of communication. I will be able to show you via highlight what the amount I'm speaking at. I'm working off the same sheet that is in your packet. You can either look on the screen or you can look in 7 H, I, J, and K and follow along there and see what I'm speaking about. I want to start actually at the very bottom, at the very end of the sheet, and show you that for 2018, the shared proportional per capita apportionment per member is $34.78. This represents a 98-cent reduction in presbytery apportionment, a flat synod apportionment, and a 23-cent increase in the General Assembly apportionment, bringing us a total of a 75-cent per member decrease in per capita to $34.78, and the administration committee is pleased to share that news with you and believes that that poises us well for our planning and for next year. This gives us an anticipated revenue of just over $351,000. That is based on a 97% collection rate. It's the first time the administration committee has budgeted for that and thinks that that's responsible based on historical data. We, of course, hope that everyone gives and look forward to that, but we also want to budget realistically. Budgeting income-wise, there's our synod and General Assembly per capita. That's the same on the income and the expense side. And then we move down to the mission support. We have budgeted $252,500 in anticipated revenue of mission support from congregations to the ministry of this presbytery. It's a 1% increase on what we received in 2016. The administration committee believes that's responsible budgeting. It's actually slightly less than we received total in 2016, given prior year giving. And we look forward to and invite your support of that. With the leader team, the administration committee changed from a percentage basis for contributions to Synod and General Assembly to clear giving line items. They set those at $30,000 for the Synod and $60,000 for General Assembly. Those are the same on the income and also on the expense side. And then the administration committee budgeted slightly higher for the General Assembly designated giving. This includes special offerings like the One Great Hour of Sharing and the Christmas Joy offering, and also designated giving that congregations do to special projects or mission co-workers. Again, that's the same on the revenue and the expense side. Coming down to the bottom of our expenses, you will see 3 line items that are from dismissal settlements. These 3 line items will be present in our budget in 2018 and also in 2019. And after that, starting in 2020, we will need to budget without these dismissal settlements because they will have concluded. That brings our total anticipated revenue to just over $1.14 million, Again, thank you for your generosity and for your support and for these resources that go to good. On the expense side, you will see numbers that mirror the revenue side for our assessments to the Synod and General Assembly levels of per capita, and for our Synod mission giving, both designated and undesignated. On the Presbytery mission commitments, you'll see that there's $65,000 that has been budgeted for engaging our mission. That is the work of the Reality Conference, of the Intimate Partner and Traffic and Violence, of our hunger work, and of our ministry and mission support of congregational innovation for your own areas. We invite your support and look forward to all the good that happens through that. Knowing that the Presbytery is in conversation about the future of Camp Donegal, the administration committee budgeted two different scenarios. This cost for each is the same, so the budget for the Presbytery is the same either way. If the camp is open, we've budgeted $65,000 for the camp. If Camp Donegal is to be closed, then there's $50,000 budgeted for the ongoing maintenance and support of the property as we prepare it for sale, and also $5,000 for our commitment to scholarships for camps and other mission adventures, and $10,000 for new worshiping communities as we as a presbytery reach out into our community. Going on down the mission budget, you will see continued support for presbytery retreats, for the Pastor Emergency Fund, and then in our multicultural engagement, significant commitment to multicultural engagement, which includes Resurrection Chapel, an increase to La Iglesia Hispania de Tufkenamin as another source of income for that congregation has come to a conclusion, and the presbytery is maintaining significant support for that. And then for the Bethany Collaboratory, support for that as the finances from the sale of the Memorial Church, which have been at $24,000 a year, have come to an end, and we are continuing our support for the Oromo, Anglo, and Hispanic congregations that all meet together in that space and are a force for the gospel and for good in that area. When we come to personnel, I want to let you know that the administration committee at the instruction of the presbytery has made a commitment to have less than 30% of the compensation for the deployed staff, that's the EP, the executive presbyter, and the stated clerk, facilitator for developing leaders, come from mission pledges. And for 2018, it's 26.7%, and they're pleased with that. This budget represents a 1% increase for your executive presbyter. It represents a move from 75% time to 85% time for the stated clerk, facilitator for developing leaders, and a slight shift in the cost basis for that based on responsibilities undertaken. There is for the executive administrative assistant a 5% raise budgeted in recognition of increased responsibilities and also in recognition of making this have parity with other similar positions. You will see that the administration committee has eliminated the position of business administrator at a significant cost savings to the presbytery, and also in anticipation of those bookkeeping functions being moved elsewhere and the stated clerk absorbing the Board of Pensions functions. Moving down to other administration, there is an anticipated increase in rent, which happens on an annual basis. There is a significant cost savings under office equipment because we're not doing nearly as much mailing. And there is $30,000 budgeted for bookkeeping, which represents those business pieces of the business administrator position there in that place. Moving on down, much of the rest of the presbytery expenses remain the same, and that brings us to a total expense side of $1.144 million $206, which, if everything comes in on budget, is $199 to the good. Again, thank you for your support of the ministry and mission. Just as a reminder from the stated clerk at the end process, this is a first read. It means that it comes to you for you to either vote to say, yeah, this is the first read, or you can choose to, if you want significant more work on it, done on it, sent back to the administration committee. We don't do debate. We don't do changes now. You are invited to consider this, to communicate with the administration committee, with the executive presbyter, and with the stated clerk, and to come to a leader summit in September, where we'll work on our mission priorities, and then to adopt with any revisions you choose to make at the September Presbytery meeting. Thank you. We believe that we do our best when we are supporting the missions of congregations together, and when we are doing those things, that we do better together as a presbytery. And the administration committee believes that this budget represents those priorities and invites your consideration and support of it. Thank you. God bless you.